but God can work this for good. So I have joy because it will still work for my good. That's joy. Hebrews 12:11, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. Discipline is hard and it doesn't seem good, but there is a joy in being disciplined. You don't get a lot, so some amens, because some people like, you go to work out or diet. Lifting weights or even dieting does not feel good. It does not. We're not going to act like it does. However, when you know not just the results, but when you know that you are getting healthier, there's a joy. The more you start doing it, most of us stop before we get to the joy point because it's too much pain. And because we're conditioned that pain means stop, we stop. Pain doesn't actually mean stop. Pain is actually just letting you know that you're not prepared in this area. That's what pain is. Now, we're not talking about banging you against something. Like, yeah, that's not the physical pain. But sometimes when we're doing, this hurts because I have not prepared at this point. My muscles aren't strong enough. So I'm going to keep doing. Then there's a joy when you start to, and then you're like, I like going to the gym or I like doing this. There's a joy now in going because I know what it will produce. In James, he says, count it all joy when you fall into various trials. What? Why would I consider it joy to fall into various trials? But as a clause, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, so that when it's at the end of it, you are complete, lacking nothing. None of these things feel good, yet they still bring joy. I can go through hard things and difficult things, knowing that what it will produce in me. Amen. That's a lot. That's for all of us. Delayed gratification, being able to delay gratification. Amen. Just mess it. But it allows us to look forward. So I'm saying these things because the more you hear it in various ways, I pray that we begin to believe it. Mm-hmm. Joy is connected with the evidence and is the evidence of faith. Part of our faith comes like when you believe what God has done truly, then you can have joy. Sometimes we struggle with the joy because we are struggling to believe. If I struggle to believe that that the work on the cross was for me as well, then it's hard for me to find joy. Some of us wallow in places because we haven't fully believed that Christ's sacrifice was enough for us. I know Jesus died and his sacrifice was good. And then what we do, we bring God our list because I have done all of these things and I'm not sure. And I still do some of these things that I don't feel like. And so when I wrestle with that, I ultimately wrestle with joy. Sometimes it's hard to be at peace with other people because I'm still struggling with my peace with God. The Bible never tells you to forgive yourself, but it does tell you to embrace forgiveness with God. Really, you don't have to, because part of accepting God's forgiveness is forgiving yourself. We don't forgive ourselves of what we've done because maybe we don't believe that we are fully forgiven. When you embrace God's forgiveness, then you can say, you know what, I can start to forgive. And I say start, you can start to forgive people. It's a process. But the joy comes from believing what he has already done and what he has already said. The end. Amen.